Yep, there it is. All right, what's going on, world? Hold on, let me check. Disconnect my headphones. Give me a second. Make sure that's not connected. I'm taking that out. What's going on, world? I'm gonna get to it in a second. Tell you what's really going on. Tell you what's really going on. It don't stop, bro. I'm telling you, it don't stop. What I do in the morning? If you were tapped in the morning, you would have saw it. If you were tapped in the morning, you would have saw it. Let me go move, man. You tapped in the morning, you would have saw it. I put that Hollow Knight. Jax was good. Jax, this is my third live of the day, Jax. We going for the four? We going four? It's 3P right now. We doing a four? Fuck it, I'm doing a four. Get back, I'm gonna charge up and I'm gonna keep doing it again. I don't care, man. I'll never stop. That's what the title says. Truancy hour 44. You already know. 44, and it's the third time of the day. Phones got took because you. Come on, man. Jax, let me tell you something, man. You got to make sure your space and area is clean. You know, that's the trade off. See, eating food. No worries, Jax. No worries, Jax. Don't ever. You never have to apologize for not being here. Everybody got responsibilities, right? But let me tell you something, Jax. That's the trade off for being grateful or someone to feed you and eating. You got to take care of the dishes. That's the point, you know. Sometimes I end up leaving plates in the sink, but a lot of times, like whoever's just in the sink or sorry, whoever's in the kitchen at the time, they'll just wash it. Like I'll be washing other people's dishes just because it's like we just want to make sure the space is clean and we have more space for pots and pans when we need to clean it, fill up the water filter, stuff like that. You just gotta take care of your personal space, man, your house space. Oh man, you got your phone taken away. That's crazy. But hey, mom, you said mom's gonna order you shelter. Oh, shelter Drake for you today or tomorrow. Okay, that's what's up. Hell yeah, man. Are you so you're gonna get the prize? I mean the booster. You'll get the booster. So I wonder if that a little booster is gonna have the prize or not. Hopefully you get the red one. Do you care what color you get? I'm assuming you want the prize one. I'm assuming you're trying to get the prize bay. But yeah, Jax, this is my third live today. Earlier I did Hollow Knight live stream. Did an hour of that. You already know. Walked around, what I'm saying, chiefed on the J, chiefing on the joint. Just a little bit. Riz was telling me to stop smoking. And then also one other dude was like, hey, don't, and I was like, nah, man, this ain't even tobacco. It's the MJ. You dig? It's one of them. But that's what I was on a while ago. If I don't, then you want the green one. You know what's funny? My favorite one is the yellow one. I really like the yellow one. And I think it comes with orb or something. 570 orb. You already have orb and 570. Yeah. So you just want the other parts. That makes sense. Actually makes a lot of sense. Fanny VR. Who are you, bro? I don't know who you are. Oh, let me put my gloves on. My hand's getting cold. You said you love me, right? I don't even know you, though. Your mom. You're my mom. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's all fun and games. My mom is dead though, so don't play me with me like that. It's all fun and games until we find out who you are. So keep playing them games. Exactly. Exactly. Keep playing them games. I say everything funny till it ain't. But yeah, thank you, Jax. Thank you, Jax. You know me. I like entertaining the trolls, but I always trust the mods to take care of me. So that's why I always appreciate when you guys step in. Because I would have sat there trolling back, having a good old time, but then that's not good energy at the same time. So I appreciate it. You know, sun's about to set. I'm surprised, man. It's springtime. I'm really happy. R.I.P. LOL. Yeah, that's my issue. Is man, I entertain ignorance too much. I be entertaining ignorant shit too much. I need to find a peaceful abode. I might have to move to Japan in the countryside and just learn the arts of creating a sword or something. You know what I'm saying? Crafting a basket. We'll start with that. This is big old squirrel over here. What you doing? Damn. Yeah, your birth. Oh, my bad. What's the gorilla tag code? Gorilla tag code. What is that from? What's the gorilla tag code? I don't know what that means. Let me know what you mean by that. Let me see. Birthday's in a month. What? Oh yeah, yeah, again. Your boy's in here. Why his teeth look like he's chewing rocks? Cause I do be chewing on rocks. Cause I do be chewing on rocks. That's how you get the jaw strong. Pause. How are you guys doing this part of the day? It's crazy, man. Your boy. This is my third live, man. It's the third one. Charged up the phone, and in the meantime, oh, the chin strap. Uh oh, I missed it. I missed it. It was something about chin strap. That's funny. It's the sun. It's sun for me. Over there, it's sunny where you're at. Still trying to get the take care of Tommy Beyblade app. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The VR game for Gorilla. Well, I don't know what that means. I don't know if I know what you mean by that. Jax is just timing everyone now. You playing with Jax? Jax is not playing today, man. You guys are testing him. You guys are testing Jax. You guys are testing your boy, and then they'll time you out. Those are my mods. I'm telling you, because that's the issue I have. I will entertain the ignorance, but then they won't. They're good people. So they'll time you out. They will time you out. But yeah, the app. I don't know much about it. You might have to ask Z when you get the chance. Oh, Jax, have people been cash apping you? I've been trying to get people to cash app you. So I don't know. I was shouting you on the other ones. The 3D model Aero Pegasus. Yeah. Hopefully it's durable enough to practice against. I'd rather you practice against the 3D model than try to buy the real one. Because people spend a pretty penny on that. People will spend a pretty penny on that. The cash app. So we're trying to have people donate to Jax so he can finally afford his own stadium. I was trying to send it to him, myself. But then I told Jax, I was like, man, listen, I can't just be sending random stuff to you, especially since you're a kid. So what I got to do was, yeah, I was like, what I got to do is ask your mom first. She wasn't cool with it. She thought it was some weird shit, which is fair enough. And then I was like, let's just get the money to him directly. Because, he has a channel. He utilizes it. You just put your links in there. You don't got to give away too much information. You just have people pay you directly, And I put, it's funny, I put my own Cash App last night in my links because I'm like, I'm not monetized yet, but every time I wake up, I gotta grind and do the lives as much as possible. Get some energy in, get some energy flowing. Pablo Corazon, I think you were here last night, right? Or the other night? Pablo, what's up? And make stainless steel. Oh, a custom one, that's right. Make it stainless steel. Is that too strong? I don't know if that's too strong for a blade. I don't know my material that well. But yeah, that was you. I think I remember you because I was doing like a midnight joint. I forget what day that was, but that day I rested actually a good amount. And then, this morning I got about like somewhere between 8 to 10 hours of sleep, maybe 8 to 9. And I just woke up fresh, man. I got straight to the live Hollow Knight, charged up a little bit. I forgot what I did, and I just walked up the street, started going live again. You already know. Sat at the library, charged up the phone. While I was charging it, I was uploading and editing some shorts. So I uploaded all these videos, and then here I am with damn near like 90% at 90% battery. So I'm just knocking it out. My day was very productive. It's really sunny outside, so I was able to walk outside, enjoy the sunlight. It's actually sunsetting right now too, which is dope. And then, yeah, it's been a great day. Honestly, it's been a really good day. And I'll be honest with you, I'll probably go home and I'll turn on the hotspot and do the live again with some Tetris and some Tetris, Beyblade, Among Us, all that. We'll see. We shall see. Today's the third one, or this is the third one of the day. I might do a four. Running back and do four. This is the three-peat. It's the three-peat. Let me show you these. Let me show you this tree right here. Look at that joint. That ain't beautiful, man. It's spring, man. It's spring though. It's really spring. That's what's happening. It's spring, bro. You feel me? It's a good time of the year. That's my favorite season, man. Like I was saying in the last live, that's my favorite season is springtime. I like spring more than anything, man. And it's interesting because like here where I live in Seattle, it's like spring really only lasts like 2.5 months, 2 months to 2.5 months. And I say that because winter drags into spring, like all March, it was on and off winter, spring. Like we had some spring days and then we had mostly winter days. So spring's really kind of starting right now in April, right? First week of April. But even then, we have such cloudy skies and an overcast. And then the overcast kind of goes away towards June, end of June. So, spring is like it's rainy, but at least it's not super cold. That's what it looks like. But it's my favorite season because, You get through the harsh fall in the winter, and it ain't so bad. It's just I can't handle the cold. You go to some places, bro, Midwest or whatever, it'd be like harsh weather. Midwest be having tornadoes and storms and shit, and then it goes below negative degrees Fahrenheit specifically. You got to practice at 8 today. What are you practicing? You practice an instrument? Are you doing like sports? What do you do, man? You do a sports or an instrument? That's crazy. Baseball, nice, hell yeah. Hey, who you rooting for right now? Hey, let me show you something. Since you play baseball, I got my Detroit Tigers hat on right now, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the Mariners play Detroit, so every time I wear the other opposing team's hat, the Mariners usually win. So on Sunday, I wore the Oakland Athletics hat, and then we smacked the Athletics by 1 point. And then today I wore the Detroit Tigers hat, and then we beat the Tigers by 1 point again. Because like it was top of the ninth, bases were loaded, and then Tigers almost got a grand slam, but then the pitcher struck a dude out twice. They had two more outs to go. They struck the dude out twice. So I was like, let's go. So Mariners won that one. That was kind of hype. I was in the library by the time that was happening, but that's tight. You practice baseball, man. That's what's up. What's who's your favorite team? I guess. Welcome back, Jax. Who's your favorite team? Or is it? I'm assuming that whatever team, like state or city you live in. That's my assumption at least. Like it's probably one of those, right? Let me know if I'm right about that. Matter of fact, you don't got to tell me where you're at. Giants or Diamondbacks? Yeah, Diamondbacks, man. You guys got one of my favorite. Well, he used to play for us, Eugenio Suarez. Eugenio Suarez used to play for the Mariners, and I remember we went on Father's Day, I think 2 years ago or last year. Your got a team. Oh, really? Welcome back. Oh yeah. So let me tell you about Eugenio Suarez. On Father's Day, I think last year maybe, or maybe the year before, I took my dad and my uncle out to a Father's Day baseball game, and then Eugenio Suarez was giving out a bottle opener that had like it's like a voice activated bottle opener. It has his voice in there, which is hella funny. But I think Suarez is in the Diamondbacks now. Also, San Francisco Giants. I wear Giants hats to honor two of my friends. They're not dead or anything. They're just really good people, so I honor them. But yeah, Suarez is a dope player, man. I'm really mad we got rid of him. I was like, bro, we got all these people that can hit home runs, but nobody can get a base hit. That takes skill too, The best base hitter was probably Ichiro. The best hitter in general might have just been Ichiro, but Suarez was like a good, like all around player. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. He plays for the Diamondbacks, but not the SF Giants, bro. There's a dude from here, like Lincecum, something Lincecum. He used to play for the Giants, but he's from Seattle, man. He's a really dope player. Probably one of the best pitchers. I don't know if of all time, but like to my understanding, it might be. But he might be one of the best pitchers of all time. I don't really know, but that's to my knowledge. So shout out to those teams. I fuck with those teams. I mean, it's Mariners before anything, but I think we're playing the Giants tomorrow, and because we're playing the Giants tomorrow, I'm gonna wear my Giants hat so you guys can lose. But yeah, your state don't have a team. That sucks, man. I thought about that because, like, people who are Seattle Mariners fans, they either live in Seattle or, like, more importantly, they live in the greater state of Washington. So they're not actually in the city, or they're like hours away, or they live in Oregon. Because when I was in Oregon, there was hella people with Mariners stuff, and then people in Idaho fuck with the Mariners too. Montana maybe. A lot of Montana people lean towards like Kansas City and shit like that. So it's really interesting. Or like or the Rockies, Colorado Rockies, because it's more of the Rockies time zone. So it's interesting how the fan bases work. People forget how much country and rural areas exist in between the cities and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? My bad. For now, I'm gonna try to post updates on Beyblade if I can post videos. Yeah, keep on posting, man. I catch it every now and again. I've been catching a lot of content that gets dropped, so I've been seeing your stuff. I saw you post the 3 deck on top of the arena. Read about J Rod. Julio Rodriguez got a home run Sunday. What day was that? Sunday, or I think the other night. I like Julio Rodriguez, man, but it's like we're putting the whole franchise on that man's. He's a young man. You think about it, he's a rookie. We're putting their franchise on his back, and it's kind of cool because Raleigh. Am I saying that right? J.P. Crawford, and then the whole fucking man. Our bullpen is dope, man. Our bullpen is real deep. I'm pretty sure we still got Kirby. I'm pretty sure we still got who's that? Luis Castillo. We got a lot of people on that bench, man. They only depend on him. I feel like the thing is they're relying on him too much, and I'm like, bro, you dude is a rookie, and you want to rely on him. That's my issue. Is like, bro, the whole. I'm gonna tell you something about the Mariners, man. The whole organization as a whole. I don't know, man. This is it's iffy, man. Because when you're from here and you watch this shit for all these years, they only went to. They were really close to getting to the World Series. They just ran into the Yankees. But the year they ran into the Yankees, they had King Griffey, and then they had Randy Johnson on the same team. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we keep running into these fucking like our division got some like legendary status teams, so it's gonna be hard to deal with the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Astros. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Even the Athletics to some degree. But also, what are the Seahawks doing? I don't know, to be honest, man. The Seahawks. I'm trying to think. They got Tyler Lockett retired. DK Metcalf left. Geno Smith went to the Raiders. All type of shit. There's some weird shit going on. And then we picked up Donald or McDonald, whatever his name was, the McDonald dude from Minnesota. Oh, I forgot the dude's name already. I don't even know. I'm slandering that dude right now. Let's pause. Getting rid of Geno, DK, and Tyler Lockett is crazy. I mean, the offense is basically being reshaped, right? That's what they're trying to do. But it's like I think they're going to rely on Jackson Smith and and then probably like who am I forgetting here? I forgot all the names already, dog. I'll be honest with you, I forgot all the names. Shoot, I'm forgetting right now because that's how you know I wasn't watching that much. I was working a lot. Didn't they get Cooper Cup? They might have. They might have got Cooper Cup. I know Cooper Cup is like from here or like somewhere up here. I don't know if we actually got him. If we did, I'm gonna be hyped because we got that dude and then the Minnesota QB. And it's crazy because the Minnesota QB, he was going, he was battling in the NFC North, and that was no joke either. They're no slouch. Bro, they had the Detroit Lions, they had Green Bay Packers, and then who was the other team? Because Green Bay got Jalen Love or Jordan, whatever his name is, Jordan Love or something. You looked it up. But then we got him. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, what's the other team I'm forgetting? Chicago Bears. Nobody care about Sam Darnold. There we go. I said McDonald, bro. That's crazy. Sam Darnold. That's his real name. That's funny. Um, what's it called, man? Chicago Bears got what's his name though? Chicago Bears got that one dude from USC. So they're gonna try to build around him, and they also got Odunze. That's one thing people forget about. They got Odunze over there. Odunze that used to play for Caleb, but they got Odunze that used to play at UW, which we fuck with him. And then Michael Penix is over in Atlanta. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Where's Bo Nix at? I forgot where Bo Nix went. That's like last year. I forgot all that stuff, to be honest with you. Sam Donald is terrible, man. The thing is, he might have been, out of all of those NFC North guys, he might have been second to last because Caleb might have been at the bottom simply because he's at the Bears. But realistically, man, he's decent to make it that far. Like to make it that far, bro. Your dad. Oh, he's on the Broncos. That makes sense. Your dad owes you 8,000, bro. You might have to go head up with him. You might have to go head up with him. That's a lot of money. Shit, I could use 8,000 right now. I'll take that shit right now. Dad owes you 8,000. That's crazy work. But why does he owe you that? I thought about that. Why does he owe you? Did you prom? Excuse me. Did you promise it to? Almost a burp. Kind of yawn burp. Is that what it is? Yeah, man. Seattle sports, man. You got to get shit on track. I mean, more realistically, I'm just waiting on the Supersonics. I'm more of a basketball fan. It's easier for me to keep up with basketball. They got in the first round, destroyed. Oh, who got destroyed in the first round? You talking about like the picks? You're supposed to be paying me 50 a week. Oh, word. Damn, that's back pay. Let me do the math here. Let's do. Hold on, 8,000 divided by five. Excuse me, divided by 50. Can't even do the math right now. Hold on. That's 16. That's 160 weeks, right? Am I doing the math right? That's 160 weeks. You're supposed to be paying me 50 a week. That's 16 weeks. Am I doing the math right? 50 times 16. Yes, I came across 16 also. Hold on. 16. That's 800 though. That's 800, man. 16 is 800. 160 times 50. Yeah, 160 times 50 is 8,000. Vikings did. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I'm reading the wrong text, my guy. I'm reading the wrong one. Uh-oh. Shit, my bad. No, you're good. Bam. You're good. You're good. Oh, another moderator just handled it. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the mod squad. See, I've always wanted to. Every time I've been on people's lives, they'll be like 160. Yeah, 160 weeks, man. That's like three. That's 3 years at least, right? 52 weeks in a year. 150. 52 weeks in a year. 156. So 3 years and 4 weeks, bro. That's crazy. 3 years and 4 weeks of back pay. You realize the math on that, right, Jax? 160, bro. 160 weeks. That's 3 years because there's 52 weeks in a year. Think about that. 52 times 3, 156, right? And then, yeah, 3 years and 4 weeks of back pay. That is crazy. That is crazy work. So he ain't paying you for 3 years and 4 weeks. Yeah, you might have to go head up with him. And I'm not promoting violence. I'm just promoting Jack's getting paid. That's what we promoting. If you guys don't know, man, Jack's Kit, one of my mods, you can see his name right there. JAXX_KIT. Or is it underscore? Or is it dash? Underscore KIT. Yep. Go to his channel, go to his page. He got his cash app there. The money. We're trying to get him. If you see his videos, his stadium's a little, it's a little worn out. He's had it for over a year. Oh damn, I'm about to say. He's got negative. It's crazy. The man has negative money, and you're still asking him for your money. And it'd be like that sometimes. That's the harsh reality of the world. So listen, man. Don't ask. Hear me out when I tell you this. Don't ask anyone for anything, bro. I'm telling you right now, because that is crazy. The dude has negative, bro. He has negative 250, and he still owes one person 8,000. So of course he'll never pay it back. Think about that. He'll never pay it back. And once you know he'll never pay it back, once you get that through your mind, you're just gonna make yourself get paid. Because some motherfuckers will never pay you back. Some people will just take from you and then run. I'm telling you, I've seen it all the time. Whether it be, see, and it's funny because like people in the loan shark world, they know about this, and that's why they have connections to people who could find people and shit. It's kind of a dark world, but realistically, if you ask certain people for money, they'll keep track of that shit and they'll keep track of you. But I'm not saying you're in that predicament, but what I'm saying is in the future, let his inadequacy or whatever, not to talk down on that man, I don't know. Let that be a lesson that you shouldn't owe anyone anything. I don't care if it's your own credit card, your own bank, and those your own interest payments, man. Be careful with that, because that is crazy. Imagine owing someone 8,000 and then you're like negative 250. It's like you gotta get you gotta get a job in California, bro. You need to get you a $30 job, $30 an hour job, and even then, how you gonna pay your rent? That shit's crazy. So that's why I always keep some money on hand. Like some extra spending money, but I will spend the credit card's money to get some Beyblades, and then I will do some, you know what I'm saying? I'll do one of those, man. What's good, Oos? Oh, it's good, Oos. Crazy Simone. Good to see you again. Good to see you again. That's what he said. What's going on, Oos? Yeah, we're talking about debt and people owing people money. That's crazy. That's crazy work. What's good? Ain't been on in a while. Welcome back, nobody. Welcome back, nobody. Welcome back. Let me see, man. I had a son in my pocket. Hold on. Yeah, when I don't see people enough, I forget like which lives people were around at. I'm starting to forget things. Debt is no joke. Yeah, man. Ooh, debt is no joke, man. I mean, that's why like you got to be careful. You want to ask your loved ones for help, but you don't want to rely on them. That's one. And then two, like, god damn, like if you owe someone 8,000 and then you're already in negative account numbers, like that's crazy work. But I'm like, do you want your money? Like, how bad do you know what I mean? Like, how bad do you want the money? Is the question. How bad do you need it? I mean, everyone needs it. How bad do you want it? At that point, my whole want was my mom pays you 50 a week, at least. Shit, at least your mom pays you. Hell yeah. At least somebody paying you. What did he promise that he was gonna match and say whatever she pays, I'll pay too? You don't want it bad. Yeah, I mean, it's the principle though, but I get it. It's the principle. It's like it'd be nice. It'd be nice if you had an extra 50. I'm just saying it'd be nice if you had extra 50, because then you can buy more stuff and then have some food or have some money to get some food. You know what I mean? That's a good thing. That's good. Hold on one second, man. My eyes getting blurry, but I'm staring at the screen. Oh, my eyes blurry. There we go. Crazy work, man. Yeah, yeah. Be careful with that debt stuff, man. I'll be thinking about that. I remember when I finally paid off some debt. That shit was crazy. Oh, my bad. I remember taking out a loan of 100K. Ooh, my bad. 10K. I'm reading that wrong. Taking out a loan of 10K 7 years ago, and I just paid it off not too long ago. One missed payment, the fee built up. Exactly. Yeah, I had that one time, man. Mine was only 5K though, and I remember doing it in 2022 because I was paying off my mom's funeral costs. So I was like paying myself back as much as I was paying off the costs. But you get kind of carried away when you have that much money from a loan, and you take care of other stuff, and you want to treat people just to make yourself feel better in the meantime. But you got to take care of those payments. And I remember I got these extra bonuses because I was cashing out vacation time, and I used some of those $1,000 to like go towards my loan payments. So imagine that 2022, I was supposed to be finished paying it off in 2027. It was supposed to take 5 years. It's basically like 1,000 something per year. They had it calculated or something like that. Paid it off all this year, or no, last year. Excuse me. No, this year. It was this year, like earlier this year, like maybe a month or two ago. I was able to pay all that off. So yeah, man. Let me do the quick math on that. That's like close to a 3 year mark. 2 years and maybe like 10 months, I was able to pay that off. But that's what happens when you got overtime and extra pay. They calculate and they work with you. But even as much as they work with you, you want to work stuff off, man. But it's crazy because I'm low key gonna have the not credit card debt, but I'm gonna have the little payments to deal with then. It's like a percentage before the interest goes up, man. It's kind of crazy to think about how that shit works. But I had a friend tell me something funny earlier. I said this earlier in the live, but I don't promote it. He was like, someone was saying that they were too broke to afford these Beyblades that were coming out. And then someone said, just put it on credit card. It's imaginary money anyway. And it's true. That's how you leverage shit. If you pay for shit, so you don't pay for things that you indulge in. You pay for things to leverage yourself with the money. You take the money and then you pay it back. You know what I mean? If you know that you can buy $50 worth of things and then flip that to 100 and pay the 50 back, you can do it. But that's just if you know you're that type of person. So my friend is the type of person to leverage the credit card money, buy a whole bunch of stuff. He might flip it. He might put it into some things. Either wait for his check or flip it, do some things, and then pay it back, and then pay it forward. So that way you have stuff. But that's the consequences and the what you call that? That's the consequences and the gift and the curse of having a credit card. So be careful in the future, in the long run. None of this shit's gonna make sense to a lot of you people viewing it that come by from the playback and like the kids right here. But yeah, you pulled up and jumped a kid with your 12 friends because he snuck a vape in my back and got you in trouble. What kind of kid puts a vape in your back? That's weird. In your backpack? You talking about like in your backpack? Shit. Yeah, I don't. You talking about you really jumped him? No, that's crazy. Debt got me back a while back, about 3 years. Yeah, man. And like it's funny, it's fucked up because in that first year, it'd be feeling like shit. But when you get through the year, you look back, you're like, okay, I paid off this much, like 1,000, so and so. Like that's kind of cool because you want to enjoy yourself. You don't want to spend your whole time paying someone else back and paying somebody. You know what I mean? I mean, if you got it, you got it. That's the other aspect. If you got it, you got it. But yeah, be right back. Jack, somebody put a vape in your backpack or something? That's crazy. Hell no. That'd have me I'd be hot, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Fucking up my day. Get in trouble at school. That's crazy. That is crazy. I don't miss those days. But I wasn't kicking it with people like that. To be honest, I don't think I know anyone that would do something like that. Like put like just like a sack in your backpack or like in your binder or something. I don't know anyone that would do that. I wouldn't want to know anyone that does that. Realistically, you know. That's the other crazy part, man. I had a handful of friends that was off the whoop wop doing, et cetera, all that. But they would still like have a sense of honor and not do shit like that to people. But that's some kid shit. Y'all going through kid shit, so that makes sense, man. That makes sense. It's just sad. There's too much going on, man. Damn, Jax, I didn't even know you wasn't there. I forgot. I looked at that wrong. I read that wrong. But yeah. Hey, mind your friends, Jax. You're getting to that age, Jax. Be careful. Yeah, the fact that the dude snuck a vape in his backpack is crazy. We ain't had a vape back in the day. We had exactly sneak cigarettes in the school and smoke behind the gym during lunch. Yeah, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like back then, it was just cigarettes. People had preferred packs. There was always that one kid that fucked with camels or weird shit. And it was like the Marlboro kid. It's like, why are you smoking this, bro? Bro, I had a friend. This motherfucker would smoke black straight, like it with the wood tip and everything. and we were like 12, dog. We were like 12, 13 years old. I used to invite him to the gym. Matter of fact, let me walk to his steps, man. That's the homie right there. Walk to his steps. The steps he got murdered at. I'm gonna walk over there and chill. There's a sunset right now. Give me some sunlight. This motherfucker, we were all like 12, 13, man. This dude would just be posted up, smoking Black and Miles by himself with the wood tip and everything. I was like, you 12 years old doing this shit. And then I used to, I invited him to train at the gym with me. And then he'd be sitting there like, my coach would be mad because he'd show up late. He's like, you got 3 to 4 rounds of jump rope. You owe me before you get to hit the bag. And he'd be doing the jump rope, getting tired. And he's telling me on the side, he's like, hey man, I've been smoking too much lately. I was like, well, maybe stop smoking. He's like, nah, man, I just gotta smoke. He's one of those. Remember one kid that would always bring chewing tobacco to school? Hell no. Yeah, these kids are rough, man. I'm telling you, some kids be rough. I didn't really smoke until 21. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I was on some athlete shit. I was like trying to be a boxer or whatever. I was trying to be healthy. Like I drank kind of like 14, 15. I think it was like 15 or something. But actual smoking like weed, probably like 21, which was actually smoking age when they approved the shit with the dispensaries. My bad. I'm trying to cross the street, but I'm trying to read this shit too. And I ain't jogging like that, bro. All right, ayo, we had the same kid too. We only cruise with her when he ain't got one to smoke on. I'm saying, yeah. There's always that kid though. There's always that one kid that just like, I have actually. Let me tell you a story about my cousin. I'm gonna try to keep my lungs clean. No, that's a good. Keep your lungs clean, man. Like you want to make those decisions as an adult because when you're a kid, it's important to carry that healthiness into adulthood. You'd be surprised, man. I know people that this one girl I dated, she actually didn't smoke or drink till later in her life, which is really good. And she didn't realize how healthy she was. And I was trying to tell her, not to like brag, but I have never smoked, but I have drank a few times. You should brag about that. You should be proud about that because a lot of it really comes down to peer pressure, but also like people having a dependency on things. The fact that you don't have that means you're a person of discipline. There's nothing wrong with bragging about discipline, I guess, but it's more about like if you're bragging about it to motivate others, that's a good thing, if that makes sense. You want to keep people motivated with things that you're actually disciplined about. So like right now, I'm having a bragging moment because this is my third live of the day. I'm just staying busy. The grind don't stop. It's like I'm not getting paid from this, but I'm acting like I do. Good mentality, yeah. It's really good. Drinking a few times ain't nothing wrong with that. You said a few. It's not like you have a drink. See, it'd be one thing if you didn't smoke, but you had a drinking habit. See, I used to be that kid that like wasn't smoking at all, but I started developing a drinking habit, and I wasn't even 21 yet because I was just around people that were buying the drinks. I had friends that were older, so they would just buy the shit for us. We just put our money together and they'd buy. You know what I'm saying? So it was terrible. It wasn't good. So the fact that you aren't doing that is a good thing. That's a really good thing. You should be proud of yourself. But you're right though. I mean, bragging is a strong word. So you're right. But I'm happy you have that mentality, man. That's good. Now we were saying something. There we talking about? Oh yeah, that one kid. There's always that one kid, man. So my cousin, he used to smoke damn near all the time. And this is the high school days. And I remember one day people were saying that your cousin, man, he was so desperate. Dude ripped off the bark from a tree just to have a pipe. Like, that's how desperate he was to have something to smoke because they didn't have no papers, they didn't have no money for swishers. This dude ripped off like I don't know how to explain it, like some bark off a tree or whatever. That's how they explained it. That's how they explained it. I wasn't there. He's like, yeah, and then he coiled it up into like a pipe, put the weed at the end of it, and then boom, there it is. That's how much he needed to smoke that day. And I remember running to my cousin at like a little family get together. I was like, man, I heard the story about the tree bark. And he started laughing. He's like, I'm not gonna lie, I probably did that. I just don't remember it. And I was like, that's crazy as hell. You know, my cousin was a stoner, man. That's hella funny. True stoner. I don't know if he was proud of it, but he was like that. We would smoke from Pepsi can. I heard about that. And then the apples, people doing like apples and shit. Middle school, there was a kid that had the whole school locked down because he brought some cocaine, which is crazy. That is crazy. Grinding. We got to keep grinding. So because you know why? I'm not monetized yet, Solarian. Shout out to Solarian, man. I was watching Solarian last night and then I fell asleep because I was trying to watch some ASMR too. And I fell asleep during the ASMR. Bro, I was trying to watch the ASMR and then come back to your live and then I passed out. So the ASMR works. I don't know. I got to keep grinding because the more hours I put in, the more I get closer to my monetization. Just got to wake up every day and stay busy. This is my third live today. I might do a fourth one, play some video games. I don't know, man. Play some Among Us or some Tetris. I just got to keep moving. Got to keep moving. I'm in a damn spaceship now. Ooh, I like the sound of a spaceship. Hell yeah. What kind of spaceship we talking about? We talking about 80s style or 2025 style? You know what I mean? What kind of games I play? Honestly, man, I'm just playing whatever I have on the Switch because I'm actually jobless at the moment. So whatever leftover games I have on the Switch, I'm just playing those. So it'll be like Tetris 99, and then like Among Us. You know, mainly because a lot of kids come in and out the what's it called? A lot of kids come in and out the live chat. So I just play games that they might like, and I don't. They always ask me about Roblox and Fortnite, but I'm like, I don't want to play that, to be honest with you. But yeah, this right here, I'm gonna just go ahead and hope I get a job. I hope I don't have to get a job. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I hope I make this my job. Yeah, let me show you this, man. I say this all the time. And yeah, so Lauren gets the same thing. Do you play Fortnite also? But nah, I always come kick it on these steps right here. Halloween night, homie got killed over here. You know, they put a little. I'm not gonna zoom in on it because I don't want to give out his name, but you can see there's a plaque on the stone. You know, that was his. They put his name and his birthday and everything. But yeah, because you know, so many people come kick it on the steps. Because this is where he died. So the school or the neighborhood just ended up honoring him with a stone and like a little memorial kind of thing. So, but yeah, I remember Halloween night. I remember hearing that shit, thinking it was fireworks. To my ignorance, it was actually just some yeah, man, it was actually somebody shooting. It was crazy. Where am I going? They redid the streets over here. I'm trying to find somewhere to sit up. Sit down. I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna keep walking. I'm just walking a circle. Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, and it's kind of fucked up because like I always would show up on not every Halloween, but whenever I could, I would show up on Halloween nights and hang out with people. But it's fucked up because even on those nights, people just be looking over their shoulder because there was one night somebody showed up and shot up the damn memorial, and I was like, see, oh hold on, so these are American issues. I don't think you guys have to worry about ignorant shit like that. This is some American shit. We're trying to grieve and just reminisce and remember the dead homie. And again, I wasn't there that night, but they told me about it like the year before when I went to go hang out. They're like, yeah, last year some dude was creeping up. We didn't know who he was, and he just shot up the memorial. And that's just normal here. It's like you got to be on your toes for shit. It's stupid, stupid, man. Lower 48 shit. That's what we deal with. And I hate that it's normal, but it is what it is. I don't know. But yeah, the smoking thing is funny. I guess it makes sense why some people got to smoke now. I've always empathized with some people needing to smoke. Other people, we kind of do it for I did it for recreation for a while. I think today I smoked because my body kind of felt a little sore. I was sitting up a lot the other day trying to get some recordings in. So, but yeah. And today's a school. I just realized today's a school day. I'm trying to find a spot to kick it, but then I'm like, all these kids are just taking over the definitely the U.S. issues. Definitely, I'm here to tell you about it. It's like it's and that's why it's funny because people will like say a certain thing about Seattle specifically, and I'm like, they'll be like, oh yeah, it ain't like St. Louis. It's not like New Orleans. It's not like L.A. And I'm like, listen, I'm not proud of either of those things. I'm not. I would not. I would never want to be proud to be known for that shit. But that's crazy. That's crazy work. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night. Have a good one. Keep up the good work. See you later. Thank you, nobody. Thank you, man. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate that. Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen dude for like a month or two, or not a month, like a week. I forgot when that was, bro. I've been doing these so often. It's like I don't know last time I seen dude's name, but I appreciate him dropping in. U.S. got issues. It's like people will really feel better about themselves based on the pain they went through. It's a pain measurement contest. It's terrible, but it's just like a normal thing where it's just like, yeah, I'm from here. You don't even know the half of it. See, it's one thing if you say I survived living in this area that has crazy weather. But if you're sitting there flaunting the fact that you come from an area where people are willing to inflict damage on each other, and we're talking about mental, physical, spiritual, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about that. Yeah, I'm good off that. Like, the older I get, I'm just like, you know what, man, I don't need to be around that. I found out the hard way. I'm sitting here trying to grieve the dead homie with some friends and some new people I met, and they're on a negative type of mentality and time, and I'm just like, that's crazy. People just willing to be on that time, but that's how life goes, man. Got to be around that, you know. I can't remember who I was speaking with. It was someone on one of these lives. They're like, man, you taking shit too serious. I was like, well, the other thing is this, man. When I'm having fun, When you see me having fun and enjoying shit, yeah, I don't need any of that unnecessary drama. It's very unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you. It's very, how's it going? It's very unnecessary, and I'm upset that like the culture has been pushed to this degree. Because on one hand, it's like, let's say that's the music or the actual movies and stuff like that, the film. A lot of that stuff is relatable only because I was around it, not by choice. But then the issue is that as much as I enjoy the relatability of it, I don't really want to promote or see it. And, does that make sense? I don't really want to promote or see it. So it's kind of a weird double-edged sword of enjoyment. You know, it's strange. It's a strange thing. But that's the that's first world problems. That is first world problems. It's not overlook that. That is a first world problem, man. No, I guess the biggest thing I was thinking on, what I was saying a while ago is like when you see me having fun and enjoying myself, that's because I understand the level of unnecessariness, like Solo saying, and then the drama itself. You know what I mean? I understand that. So like I'm able to enjoy it because it's like, why not enjoy this, man? You might not get days and times like this. You might not get those moments. So that's why the enjoyment comes easy because it's like, well, I have a lot to be grateful about being alive now and stuff like that, etc. But then when you see me being serious, it's like, I have a serious moment because you never know if the information someone or some kid needs to hear it. Someone's going to come by from the playback. Someone drops in on the live and just hears it, and it's preventative. It's a preventative measure to express myself this way. So I take it serious because basically I seriously don't want anyone to experience what I went through or anything that's adjacent to that. Because I'd like to say I had a pretty decent life. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it, ups and downs. That's normal, but it's not just like disagreements where people feel negative towards each other. They act on it exactly when there's really no reason. And my thing is this, the action part about it, I kind of agree with only because like you need to get the expression out. You need to get that off your chest. Especially with dudes, we got to fight each other just to figure out we're not really that mad at each other. We just need to get some energy out and some understandings and misunderstandings out the way. But my thing is, when it comes down to weapons, I don't agree with that. You understand? Expressing yourself physically against somebody, it's like I'd rather you guys just throw hands and you know have a fair fight rather than rely on weapons. That shit is corny. You know that shit is corny. The weapon part I really don't agree with, but what can you do? Because on one hand, and that's the messed up part because like I said, I grew up in this neighborhood and it's like the history of it. People were protecting themselves from police. That's why the weapons were necessary. Other people just have weapons, because it's like a hunting. They're more rural adjacent, so they do like the hunting stuff and whatnot. But it went from protecting ourselves from police. Not that I was alive for that part of history, maybe a little bit, but then it went from that to like protecting ourselves from each other. And it's something about that ain't functional. It's just not very. It's just not functional to me. It's just something about it that ain't right. It's not aligned with humanity, if you will, and it bugs me out. You know, and these are things that damn near every American will normalize. But that's why I say I go on these tangents because you never know who needs to hear it. You never know who's gonna drop in and hear it. And it's like I'm of the mindset of like speak your mind on something because you never know who needs to hear it. Like some people will ignore the conversation. Like I've had it where I'll give an example. I had maybe a friend or two that over time we realized that they either overdosed or they committed suicide or something. It's one or the other, right? And the thing about that is like sometimes they might have just needed one friend to let them know that they were loved, or might have just needed that handshake and that dap and that hug. You just don't know. So I try to leave no positive or no loving stone unturned. It sounds kind of corny, but I'd rather be corny than like grieve somebody. You understand? I'd rather be corny than sit there and grieve someone that I could have helped. So it's not my guilt to bear. And because I don't want to bear that guilt, I'd rather just let people know I got love for them. I'd rather shout them out. It's not an easy task, man, because you start learning that over time you're giving out more than you're actually getting back, and that's fine. I'm kind of at an age and a point where like it seems okay, where I'm like, if you think about investments, like actual money investments, people who put 10,000 into the stock market are only getting $100 back. So that's a 1% return, depending on the stocks that you have. But that 1% is more than anything, because if you just keep on staying on top of it, that 100,000 is going to start yielding you 1,000, and that's almost all you need sometimes. You understand? So love is the same way. But I realize when I put love into people in the universe, man, the amount that I kind of get back, it's a very small amount compared to what I'm actually putting out, but it all starts to like compound over time. But that's more for like karma believers and more for people that tap into the universe and like spirituality as well. it's a deeper conversation, and it's also a time conversation because more time would have to pass for you to actually experience the greatness that's coming back to you. And a lot of times, like people don't have the right mentality or be in the right state of mind to understand that they're receiving this. Because I've received great blessings, and I've overlooked them simply because I was going through a bad time, and I realized this person in my life was a blessing, this opportunity was a blessing, and I took it for granted, all because of the stuff I was normalizing. So just be careful. Just be careful, man. It ain't easy. I'd rather, I'm figuring stuff out now in my early 30s. I'd rather figure out now than like way later. I know 60-year-olds that figure out life at 60, and it's sad. But they tapping in with them, they'll let you know their regrets, so you don't have to go through it. So just listen to everyone, with a grain of salt. Listen to me with a grain of salt too. But yeah, that's a great attitude. You invest into others and feel good about your investment, regardless of the returns. I'm getting there. It was a work in progress. Because if you were to ask me that same question last year, I would have felt very butthurt and just hurt about it. I'd have been feeling very sad with myself about it. But as of right now, don't expect anything of anyone else based on that's true too. Yeah. Don't expect anything of anyone else based on your own actions. Yeah, man. And it's a hard pill to swallow, man. Realistically, it's a really hard pill to swallow because, and then work is like the same thing, right? Like I've known people that put in like 15, 20 years that get fired at a job, and it's sad. It's like, bro, you're this new manager. I've had like there's this guy. He's like a new manager. He's a racist. This new manager's a racist. Has enough power to fire someone who's working here for 15 years. That's what happened to my friend, and we're really sad about that. One of my friends, she worked there for 15 years at least. She said 2008. Yeah, damn near 15 years. And they fired her off of just one manager who wanted to take command and believed him because he had the accolades. I'm like, bro, it has the accolades because you have a beaten down department back towards him, and he threatened them all with retaliation when they actually like went to the union with help against him. Like it's just some crazy stuff, but we don't want to highlight, losers like that manager. We're just gonna say, people get theirs, if so be it. But people just got to move on. That's how people are in the world. We got to move around. It's just sad. Yeah, you got to change your mindset and always keep working on it to make the real change. Yeah, I agree. So, and it's not easy, guys. It really ain't easy. You know, on that same like thought process. So I don't know if I'm moving to. I don't know when I'll move because I have no money right now, technically. But I would love to go to Portland, maybe just because the Beyblade scene, and I damn near want to go to what's it called, man? I want to go to Canada or something, maybe if I could become a Canadian citizen. What I gotta do is remember the national anthem and like some others. I gotta just learn like history as well, right? But yeah, sorry to hear about your friend. Racists are awful people. These are why unions exist, though, to try and keep things fair for anyone. It's crazy. So everyone that went to the union. So sorry, my friend specifically rallied all of her coworkers to have a whole compiled joint grievance against the manager. And then when they did that, what ended up happening was they took the manager started retaliating at each um, employee individually, and everyone got scared. So because people started getting scared, they started to pull their grievances away. They retracted it, and because they retracted it, the only person that stayed standing was the person who helped organize it in the first place. So they left her standing by herself, and that's what I'm saying. It was a very defeated department. It was sad. It was sad. It was like this department's already defeated. You know, and then they just it was just I don't know, man. I'm really happy I'm not working there anymore. I'm just gonna say that. I'm really happy. I swear. I don't know, man. Unions are only as strong as the participants. Yeah, and nobody wanted to. I was like, bro, you guys are all together, and you have like imagine that. Like imagine the union unionizing around a dozen workers with fair grievances, but I don't know, man. They just kind of, for lack of a better term, excuse my French, they pussied out. And it was just like, bro, y'all could have got this guy out of here. It was your fourth manager in 5 years. Mind you, I worked there 6 years. So by the fifth year, he was the fourth manager for a reason. It's like they brought this guy in for a reason because they knew he was militant and he was going to get you guys. He was going to get the people he didn't want out. A lot of them were black and brown, apparently. And then, yeah. So that's what ended up happening. It's just crazy. But that's a whole other story, man. That's a whole other story. Yeah, that's what's crazy. No, but I've been wanting to go to Some unions do get corrupt. Not all are perfect. I've heard about that. I don't know if it's like mainly East Coast. I've heard about that with like from New York, Jersey, and Boston area, like up and down that coast. I think that's more mob related though. I'm sure it's here too. I just haven't experienced it. I think I've experienced more union workers that like are, excuse me, employees that are upset with the unions for not doing their job, and that's fair too. Um, but now, man, I've been ready to move, man. I need to go somewhere warm. It was spring a while ago, right? And now that the sun dropped, it's like hella cold. I'm like walking in circles. I might get some chicken right after I'm done with this live. You know, I'm gonna grab me some chicken, some strips specifically. But what I was saying was I would love to be up in Canada. I don't know where exactly. I'm assuming Vancouver just because of the food. You know, collecting the so-called MSGs. That'd be fun. They just eat food over there, or like live there basically. What I'm thinking was Portland is like the nearest, so that way I'm still kind of close to home. And then if it's not that, then I might just end up doing like I don't know. I might end up doing like Texas, I'm assuming, but I'd have to like move all my shit with me. Like I don't drive either, so it's kind of a fucked up predicament. Vancouver is heckin' expensive is the main issue. I've been hearing about that, man. Up and down the whole coast, but from like LA all the way up to like where you're at, it's just hella expensive. It's just crazy. It's crazy, right? But I get it though. It's like I get it. It's like who wouldn't want to live there, you know? Especially Vancouver. Who wouldn't want to live in Vancouver? Vancouver is dope. I wasn't sure what to expect in Vancouver when I first went. And like I said, I was a fan of the Canucks before I was the Kraken. But yeah, like looking at 2 to 4K rent for a month. Yeah, we have that here, right? And it depends on the neighborhood. So there's some neighborhoods where it's like 2K for a studio, like studio space, man. I'm like, really? And it's just simply to live in this neighborhood that's adjacent to all this stuff that isn't even that great. It's just okay by like, I don't know, like hippie standards, and I don't say hippie, but like hipster standards, and yuppies and shit like that, like. But like they can afford it. They can afford it though. That's the issue. Man, the sun is setting right, but it's behind like the that shit is behind the clouds, man. I'm trying to find this right spot. I'm gonna sit over there. I just don't want to be sitting next to people that were like picking up their kids and shit. So I'm like, I was just trying to sit in front of the sun, and then like all these kids. There's like people playing little league baseball, and then there was like a group of people. I don't know what team it was, but they were just throwing the medicine ball on the fucking wall over there. So they were training. I was like, I don't want to get in the middle of people training, but I want to stay. Excuse me, I want to stay next to the chicken spot, so that way I can grab some when I'm done with the live. But I'm gonna just chop it up for now. Last time I was standing here was actually MLK Day, maybe 2 years ago, excuse me. And then I remember me and my friend were just standing in the cold, like, "Hey, you trying to go somewhere warm, get something to eat? What this shit? It's too cold to stand right here." And we just ended up dipping. I remember that, literally standing right here. That's crazy. 2K, 4K is crazy, man. I think we might have the same prices. I swear we got the same prices, so. And it's appalling. We got the same prices, man. Yeah, it's sad. Got same prices. That's up and down. So what I'm saying is like Portland has their issues as well, money wise and rent wise. So, but you keep going down to like NorCal, kind of like San Francisco. Obviously, San Francisco and Seattle probably have the highest wages in the country right now. But San Francisco, same situation, man. 2 to 4K, probably 2K for those studios or one bedrooms, and it's not even enough space. New York might be the worst if we're talking about space to rent cost ratio. If we're talking about Manhattan, Brooklyn area, yeah, woo. You want to talk about gentrification? I heard New York is bad. Harlem too. It's crazy. So yeah, easiest way to immigrate to Canada is to come in as a skilled worker, caregiver, or healthcare type worker. The funny thing is, I have the resume for it, but I don't know if I want to do it again. But it might be different in Canada. Who knows? Outside of that, you're looking at getting sponsored by family or starting a business and creating jobs. You know what's interesting is my cousin, he's from the Philippines, and he had a business that he was going to supply. He had a water business in the Philippines, and then he had a proof of concept thing that he was going to bring to Canada. I don't know if it was Calgary or wherever he went, Alberta or something. I forget exactly where he's at. Specific town, I forget it. It's always going to bug me because I know the name of it. It's not Edmonton, but it's somewhere else. It's not. It's either Calgary. I don't listen. Don't quote me on this. But he ended up going there as a citizen, like because the U.S. wouldn't take him. He had to be. It might be Calgary, but I don't know if it's like I don't know because the thing is, it's next to Calgary. It's either Calgary or it's next to it. Possibly Red Deer. Okay, it might be Red Deer. And yeah, he was saying like they took him in, and I realized like why did Canada take him, but the U.S. can't take him? Because if the U.S. was to take him, it would have been like a petitioning thing. You had to petition him for a long time. See, my two uncles that ended up moving here, they got petitioned back in like '89, and then they finally were able to come here in like 2010 or 11. Took them hella long. Red Deer is kind of in the middle of Calgary, Edmonton. We're gonna say Red Deer just to be safe. But yeah, he had a water business or like a water delivering business. Kind of like delivering those like water jugs that people needed for like their offices and stuff like that. So I don't know if he brought the same business mindset or like if they were adopting him into another business and brought him to Canada. But he's been living in Canada since like 2013, 14 ish. He's been there for a while. 3 hour drive between the two cities, straight highway between the Red Deer and then around the middle middle of the round. Um, yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's like there's a couple people I've met, but I just don't know my areas like that. But I want to say he's closer to Calgary because he did like I had IG like a long time ago, maybe 2021 is the last time I used it, and it was only in the month of January before I deleted it. And I remember him making a post. Him and his wife were in Calgary during when it was snowing, so they went somewhere with the baby. But last I checked, he was in that area, whatever province that is, I forget. So he was over there somewhere. And then what was I gonna say? This other person I met, she was from Winnipeg, but that's like a whole different area. Lots of small towns all over outside of Calgary. Edmonton. Alberta is a province. Okay, that makes sense why I thought that way. I was trying to remember. I knew he was in Alberta though. He's somewhere over there. But I also haven't talked to him in a long time, so I wonder if he moved. I wonder if he moved. I think about it. My aunt is like in touch with him still, so I might have to ask her. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Still, I'm just trying to go live as much as possible. If I got the energy for it, why not? Because a lot of that energy would just be spent laying down and thinking about stuff that didn't happen back. What did I miss? Your fat ass ate a whole pizza. A whole pizza? Come on, man. I feel like you're burning it off fast though, because when you're a kid, you be burning that shit off hella fast. But yeah, you didn't miss much, man. We're just talking about life in Canada, life in the U.S. How ignorant it is, and something else. I forget exactly what I was saying. And then, I mean, if I move to Canada, and then the price of living in Canada, and then my cousin being over there, what kind of headphones am I rocking? I actually have these. Ah, they're like bone conduction headphones, like the little ones that go to the side of the ear. They don't go inside the ear or over it. They're just on the side, on the temple, I guess. Yeah, temple, and also these are shocks. Shocks, SHOKZ. I like how they all end in Z. But yeah, I've been using those ones, and it's hard to go back to regular headphones because like when I go back to regular headphones and I can't hear around me, it kind of sucks. Some people want the headphones that go over the ear to drown everything out. I'm only like that in the house though. The regular headphones that go over the ear. The regular, is that called it? Yeah, that is headphones because the other ones are just earbuds. Going to earbuds is hard, but now that I have this bone conduction stuff, it's a little better. You got Trex Air, pretty much the same thing. Yeah, I like it. I prefer them. The problem is with certain stuff, like let's say I'm listening to a podcast. There's certain people that speak with a lot of bass, like a lot of. I listen to Iman Amongst Men, which is like these basketball players, Iman Shumpert. Well, I think I have the same birthday as. That's why I followed him. But dude got so much bass in his voice that I have to turn the volume up louder just to hear what he's saying because he's just all bass. Shaq is kind of like that. If you were to listen to Shaq talk, you'd have to turn it up because it's just so much bass. So when I'm on the bus, I got to turn certain things up, like podcast wise. Or a lot of times if I'm on the bus, I'll just play some music because I'm like, man, I can't hear these dudes right now. You know. Um, Jax, what kind of yeah, oh yeah, Jax, man, Solarian does a lot of RPG stuff, man. I'll be watching. I'll be tapped in with his stuff a lot. Trying to think who are my mods. I forget who I made mods. Chief Jax was the first. Then it was Z. Chief Bongo was third. Solarian might have been fourth, if not Tropical Empress. And then I need to do Eternal Light if Eternal Light shows up. And then your boy showed up, so I think your boy became one too. And then there was one other. Oh no, yeah, your boy was the last person, I think. Your boy's gonna be in town in 2 weeks. That's crazy. Your boy's gonna be here. You know, he lives in a different city, a different side of the state, but he's gonna be here for the Beyblade tournament, and he'll be there for the week, if not weekend. And yeah, man, I'm gonna try to show him around, get him some food to eat. Hopefully, he taps in and hangs out with some people. You know, let's come kick it. This is gonna be a good weekend for him. You're just doing combo tests. You got to record these, Jax. Jax, you got to record it. Imagine that. Imagine your lifestyle and everything you do in life. Not necessarily documented. You don't have to document everything, but just taking control and like monetizing your life. Because you know you would normally do what you do in life for free, but imagine just documenting it and then someone paying you to just view how you live your life or your hobbies. I was saying this a while ago because all the Pokemon games I used to play, I'm replaying them to show people a bit of my nostalgia and how I would play it. If you think about the Red and Blue, I played it in like 99, 2000, Pokemon Red and Blue. Gold version was the same thing, 2000, 2001. I played it when I was a kid. So the fact that I'm playing it, replaying my past with my mindset now, it's me reclaiming the past and also sharing it and then putting the videos out. That's why you see so much of those videos of the old school, because it's just us playing old stuff. The RPGs, bro, RPGs is an interpretation. The way you do your team, the way you do your main player, the way you design and the way you dress them up, that's your interpretation. You as an individual interpreting them and you expressing it. You know what I mean? Any game where you can dress up your character is a form of expression, and it's really interesting. Impact Drake 3D model, that'd be cool. That's actually really cool. And make a left spin. A left spin Impact Drake would be interesting. I feel like one is on the way. The only good left spin right now is Cobalt Dragoon, which sucks. I mean, Cobalt Dragoon doesn't suck, but it sucks that it's the only good one because you can use El Drago, but it ain't that great. Maybe X Limited, but even then, it's not the best in X Limited because you can get beat by Hell's Hammer and a good sword. You know what I'm saying? Drawn sword. Shit, Wizard Arrow could beat it. Wizard Arrow could out stamina it, honestly. But yeah, man, think about that. It's kind of a surprising thing. If I was your age back then, I would have been. I mean, I don't know if I would have. Who knows? Because I wouldn't have the mentality I have now. But just understanding, like documenting and taking control of what I would do naturally, and then just whatever, because like someone was talking to me. I think it was Cash Artist, aka PS2, who I tapped in with recently, and they were saying like it was cool for them to watch my videos where I'm walking around with the Meta Ray Bans, like it's first person view. I was like, bro, normally there's days where like I didn't know what I wanted to do in life, so I would really just go around. I would just tap my Orca card, which is like my bus pass. I would go to different parts of the city, different parts of the county, and I would just view things that other people wouldn't normally view because they're either at work or at school, and I would just document things. And I realized like, man, I should just be documenting this, bro. I should just be documenting this with a first person view. So I started doing that early. String launcher is kind of ass. You personally like the winder with the hold ripcord. Okay, yeah. Do you like the Samurai Saber ripcord? Like the long green one? Do you like that one? Because that's a good one. That's a strong one to use. They say if you pair that with the proto launcher, that it gets the best spin because the proto launcher doesn't have a limit. It just keeps spinning. So that's why we use the Chimera grips, because the Chimera grip encases the proto launcher, and then we use the Samurai Saber ripcord because it gives you the most pull. You just got to pull really hard, and like you already know the science to this, bro. But yeah, that's what we're doing. That's where we're at with it. But yeah, man, my friend used to live down there. That's crazy. I almost want to walk over there. And circle the block. That's crazy. So many people move. That's wild. But yeah, what the hell are we talking about, man? Oh yeah, video games. Yeah, just video game stuff, man. It's important for me to document every game, damn near every game I played as a kid that like holds a space in my memory, because I'm like, I want to share that memory with people, whether it's monetized or not, but also share it and document it, and then also have the different mentality that we would have normally, I'm sorry, that I would have had now. Like everyone has that saying like, if you knew what you knew now and you went back in time, what would you do? And like you can't really do certain things in the actual physical, but you can do it in this thing that's a placeholder in time. These placeholders in times are these games that came out at certain times. They have beginning, middles, and ends, like a lot of these RPGs that we play. So that's why it's really cool to watch people play old school RPGs in the present time. Play more video games. That's what I'm saying. Play more games because like really, every RPG is just an and the fact that it's overhead, especially Pokemon and stuff. That overhead shit is just an astral projection. Projection, excuse me. It's like we're just reinterpreting stuff in the now, old stuff that we're doing now. Do you want to make a custom Beyblade Bane? I don't know if I do. I don't know, man. I'm so used to buying them. I don't know. You know what's funny is like we got a 3D printed one for plastics on Saturday, and that was pretty cool. I mean, I just don't know if I would want to do them personally. Are you saying you're gonna make one? If you make one though, I don't know what I'd want you to make. Maybe Whale Wave. Play more video games, bro. That's what it is. Yeah, play more games. Because the thing is, we're just sharing our childhood with people. You know, there's a channel I forget what it's called. I think it's called Robot Vampire. Excuse me. I think it's called Robot Vampire or some shit or Vampire Robot or something. But if you find that YouTube channel, bro, it's just images of people with their camcorders back in like the late 70s, 80s to the 90s. Like people like McDonald's back in 91. It'll be like go walking through Fred Meyer's in 87, going to Sears in 86. Like it's literally just like old school footage. And it's just like, how do you document that shit? Like what you're doing now and make that, like a thing. And also we have what, like 720, you know what I'm saying? 1080K. Like our resolution is crazy now. It ain't grainy. It's not camcorder shit. You understand? So we can document things, show people what it was during this time period. That's why like a lot of the stuff I did last year, like first person view wise, and a lot of the video game stuff, like it wouldn't like whether it was present games like Dragon Quest 3, and then even what was another game I played that was recent? I forget exactly. But just everything I'm doing in the moment, it won't make sense now. It just seems like a hobby now. But when you think about it, people are going to reflect back 5 to 10 years and be like, yeah, that was a time, that was a generation, that was a moment. You know what I mean? So we're just creating time capsules for people, time capsules and memories that we cherish as well. But that's the way I look at it, man. Because I almost forgot why I was doing these games. I was like, why am I doing all this shit in order? Like, why am I doing red, blue version? Why did I do gold? Why did I do sapphire? And then why am I doing fire red? And I was like, oh yeah, that's right, because it was important to me. Bomberman was the same thing. Dragon Warrior Monsters, same exact thing. Dragon Warrior Monsters 2, I'm gonna do the same thing. You know what I mean? Because it was a moment in time, but I'm trying to document my memories, my nostalgia, my childhood, have that feeling because it's valuable to me. Because you can't get that time back. I had a friend I said this in the last live. I'm gonna say it again. I said it in the last live. I'm gonna say it again. I had a friend who he enjoyed playing Golden Sun so much he made his own strategy guide. Dude made his own strategy guide. He told you like you take a left inside the cavern and you go to the take a right and then you go to the hidden path. You'll find the jinns and you'll find the spirits. Like he would just write his own fucking notes. And he was like, if you pair these jinns together and you have this armor and this weapon, you have the best offense in the game at this part of the game. And if you're at this level, like he had all of his notes. He wrote his own strategy guide that was better than the regular strategy guides, and he printed it out. It was crazy. But the point I'm saying is that imagine us who invested that time into these things that we purchased. If we got that time back and we shared it with other people, you know what I mean? That's where my mentality's at with it. So I forgot. This is my whole thing with the RPG stuff, man. RPGs are important for these reasons. Like again, like I said, when you see me having fun, it's because I went through what I went through, and I'm able to have fun now and smile about it. But when you see me speaking seriously, it's because yeah, I want everyone to take moments and times like this as serious as you can. Take it as serious as you can because you never know. You never know when you get this moment in time back, bro. You really don't know. You want to utilize it the best you can. That's where I'm at with it. I take this shit serious because lost too many people who could have been something or been somebody. And when I say lost, man, I'm saying like either they're dead or they just moved or their spirit is dead. People just ain't there no more. They're just not there. They're just not present. Motherfucker's gone. Some people just be relying on drugs all the time, just having, that's their fun now. They're like Buddhas with a bottle in their hand. It's crazy. You could probably make a custom Aero Pegasus. I think you already are, though, aren't you, Jax? That's the only 3D model you have. Yeah. And what did you say? You went to the kitchen, or for 3D models or something else? I don't know what you meant by that. You talking about for 3D models or something else? I don't know what I want 3D model wise. I gotta think about that. I'm gonna say Whale Wave or Drawn Buster probably. Those are like my two go-tos in that order. Whale Wave first, and then Drawn Buster second. I don't know who my third would be, man. I thought it was Dark Perseus, but I was testing Dark Perseus the other day, and I was like, yeah, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of this. It's all right though. I'm gonna just keep building around it. I think when I throw Dark Perseus on level 160 level, then it kind of works. That means I get to throw 080 on a Drawn Buster, and I might keep the 180 on a Whale Wave. But I don't know if I want to ride high with it. I don't know if I want to do all that. We'll see, man. I'm trying to figure out my best setups for SoccerCon, but we'll see. I don't really know, man. I just have my go-tos. How much rely on Dark Perseus? I probably won't use it. I might pull up the Drawn Brave when we get it. Shit, get Drawn Brave and then put it with Buster. I don't know though. That's in like 2 weeks, so I got time. I just got the shipping notification for all my packages. Not all of them, excuse me. Not my Amazon stuff. Just Bays and Bricks. So Bays and Bricks is gonna send me something either later this week or by the beginning of. Actually, I don't know. That's a good question. It might be because today's what, Wednesday. I might get it by Friday or Saturday. We'll see. I don't know how long it takes, man, because they're in California, so I might get quick. California ain't far, and the trucks be moving. The trucks and the trains, they be moving. You know. And you know what's funny, man? I was sitting there saying like I'm posted right here because I wanted to get some chicken, but I didn't even fucking hungry no more. That's crazy. I ain't even fucking hungry for that shit no more. I just want to go home. They got chicken at the house. They got chicken wings at the house, bro. I'm gonna just eat at the house. What am I doing? I really stood here because like I walked past someone and I smelled some strips or some spicy wings, and I was like, damn, I low key want some. I don't know if I need that. I don't need to be spending money, so I'm good. I'm good off that. I'm just going home. Fuck that. I'm gonna just walk home. Yeah, bro. Hey Jax, were you here that night? I don't know if it was last night or 2 nights ago. Were you there when I was like zooming in on the custom bay? Jax, you might have to fast forward to the present live because I feel like you're back where you're at. If you don't see the red dot, then you're not on the current live. But damn, never mind. If he's not on the current live, he's not gonna see this either. But yeah, you might want to tap on the screen, and then the text will go away, and then it'll say skip to live at the bottom right. I mean, that's how I remember it. But I'm gonna walk home, bro. I really was gonna get some wings and some fries on some fat shit too. I was about to be fat too, Jax. Jax, I was about to be a fat ass too, bro. I was about to get me some, strips with the honey mustard. Let me know if you caught up on the live. Let me know if you're there, if you're on present time. But I was about to get me some strips with the honey mustard and some possible fries. Get my salt and pepper going. People always be handing out ketchup. I don't want ketchup though. I don't want ketchup. But Jax, let me know if you're there. Jax, let me know if you're there present time, because I don't know if you saw the note. Custom arrow heavy. Okay. It'd be a good thing to test against, like if you're battling against it. I worry that if it's too strong, it might break your stuff in the process. So be careful. But test it for me. Test it. Let us know and post it on YouTube. Just like let us know that if it's too strong. Also, you need a new arena, man. You need a new arena. Well, be careful. You said 39 to 40. When I weighed the Dark Perseus blade, bro, it was like 37.6. So that's probably the highest that we've seen. 37 and 38, somewhere around there. So if you're making something slightly heavier, just be careful because you might break stuff in the process. You might end up, oh shit, you might end up breaking I don't want you to break your blades in the process of you testing things. But it's good though. If you can actually knock around a 40-gram blade, that'd be a good sign. I rely on whale a lot. I need to create some good builds for it. I actually like whale on 660. I'm not gonna lie. I got the 660 from the 660 ratchet. Excuse me, no. I'm lying. It was a 680. I had the 680 ratchet that I got from Whale Wave, and I put that on I put it on whale for testing, and then what did I put it on, bro? I forgot. Damn, I'm tripping right now. It might have been low flat or high taper. I might have been riding high, but yeah, that shit was like downward smashing on a tilt. But that was like when it started petering out because I used the double launcher, so it's not accurate. It ain't accurate launching. It ain't accurate attack mode. You know? Oh, there it is. 20%, 20%. All right, Sean, man. I'm gonna go ahead and you back to the live. Is that what you mean, Jax? That's what you mean? You might have skipped over a few things, but I don't know. Damn, that's all right. You might have skipped over a few things. That's all right. Yeah, that's all right. But now just be careful. Let me know if that's what you meant. Okay, yeah, that's what you meant. So be careful because if you have a heavy gram blade like that, like 40, because the Dark Perseus I had, the blade itself with the support blade is like 37.6, which is just the top layer. But if you make something that's 40, but it's strong like an Aero Pegasus, I want you to be careful because you might break your reliable blades in the process, especially if you're ripping and you're testing hard and the arena you have. So just be careful with that. But it's not a bad thing to do because if you can knock around a 40-gram blade, that's a good sign. That means you have a really strong blade. So that's a good thing to think about. But just be careful because I don't know what material you're going to end up using. But yeah, I don't know. You see what I'm trying to say? You see what I'm trying to say, man? I think you got it though. You smarter than me, Jax. You smarter than me because I don't know how to 3D. I don't know how to 3D print at all, man. I'm telling you. Sure, I don't need to be telling you nothing. You're a smarter kid than me, man. Somebody was talking about stainless steel is crazy. You better rock that as a chain too. Get the stainless steel arrow chain. Make two $1.10 or some shit. Hell yeah, for the that's crazy. That's crazy though. I like that though. Jax, man, you got to represent for New England. You know, you got to go over there and be the best out there. Because we got a kid over here. This dude is I think he's 12, 13, and he cooks everybody, bro. 9.58. Oh, I see $9.58. Okay, that ain't bad though. That's just that ain't bad. You talk like material and the process included. Hey, do you guys have a 3D printer at your school? I just thought about that too. One of my homies, he got a 3D printer at his school. Oh damn, I'm about to damn. Damn. Yeah, my friend he's like in our Discord group. He got a 3D printer at his school, man. And we call him the protagonist because he's always jumping on a live chat while he's in class. He don't give a fuck about nothing. This dude was really sitting in Spanish. I got a Game Blade. Shout out to him. He was I don't want to snitch on him, but dude was over here just in class, bro, walking from class to class, like not giving a fuck. Fifth period to sixth period. This guy was sitting in sixth period, just like sitting on live with us. I was like, "Ain't you in class?" He's like, "It's a movie day. We don't care." He was just doing that shit, and then he went to the mall. It was crazy, crazy. Dude, he's a real pro tag though. Shout out to Game Blade. I'm gonna check in with that dude every day and every week because we're trying to get his make sure he shows up to SoccerCon. Make sure he gets his pass, his whatever you call it. You got to get like a badge or something, right? You need to get a badge for showing up or participating or something. I don't know exactly. I don't know the logistics, bro. I couldn't tell you. I'm cold as hell. I'm saying it was spring a second ago, right? And now the sun dropped. Now it's getting, boom. Now it's getting cold. There he is, man. You already know. Chocolate Nesquik. Chocolate Nesquik right there. Uh huh. Come on over, bro. Come on over, bro. You better dip. You better dip. Chocolate Nesquik, dog. All right, peace. But yeah, they just be living in there. The Bushmen, aka the rabbits. Hey, what's the difference between a bunny and a rabbit? I don't even know. I swear they're the same. I could be wrong though. I was watching this video about for example, when it comes to deer, it's like doe and bucks. And I guess like the buck is the male and the doe is the female. But I heard with the bunnies it's the same thing, which is kind of crazy. Male bunny's a buck, so the females is doe. That's some other shit. I don't understand it, but that's scientific terminology. A bit of Latin in there mixed in. I don't know why. What's that shit called? Not pig Latin, the other one. Yeah, Latin, bro. What the fuck? Excuse me. Plastic parts, 28 cents, man. Trying to see. So how does it add up to 9? A baby deer is called a day. For real? That is crazy. Why they called that? Why do they call them that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. In my ear. Yeah, it was like buck and doe or some shit. Really interesting business. I don't know. That's some science stuff though. I'm not a scientist. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, we talked about a lot of shit today, man. Like I said, we're getting, what I'm saying? When I'm tapped into the energy, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and, boom. Go ahead and just spit that. Why not? Keep it positive. Keep it accountable. Say it on live. Say it so others can hear it. Because before I used to do the audio joint. If you didn't know, I used to do that audio. Saying who's it? All right. I was about to say. I ain't got nothing on me too. I got no iron on me too. Yep, birds let me know. What we on, bro? Hold on. I think they're just parking. All right, they're just parking. But yeah, um, I ain't even keep nothing on me no more. We off that now. Off that now. One was 30 cents. One was 28. Which one was 30 cents? Is it the same material? Is it the same one like stainless steel? You talking about stainless steel? 28. Yeah. Is arrow 28? It might be because of the width too, like the size of the blade. Maybe it's based off the blade is stainless, but maybe it's also like the actual circumference of it, like the actual size and circumference of it. But yeah, I think it's our antelope. Oh, for the antelope specifically, not deer. Got you, got you, got you. That makes sense. Hey, it's a great educated guess. You're closer than anything. You know what I'm saying? You can't say it's you can't call yourself a dumbass. You know, I don't think any of us knew, to be honest. Deer are called fawns. There we go. Fawns are the babies. But what is it? So like, so Laren, do you know this too? For rabbits, I think it's buck and doe also. The same way it is for deer. They have the bucks and the doe. I don't know if it's the same thing for the for you know what I'm saying, short term memory. Man, I think you and me both, man. I'd be forgetting. Bro, I be on bro, you've seen me on live forget exactly what I was talking about like 5 minutes ago. So I got short term memory too. Can't even front on that. Yeah. But damn, what the hell are we talking about? See, that's what I'm saying. We are literally talking about something that's common for rabbits. Interesting. So yeah, I just found that out. I think it was like a couple days ago. I just saw a video on it. They're saying like buck and doe for like the rabbits and stuff. I didn't understand why. Also, do you know the difference between a bunny and a rabbit? I don't. That's why I'm asking. So I'm trying to figure this out. Really trying to figure this out. I mean, I don't know. I don't need to figure it out, but yeah, foxes. Oh, foxes are the same. Interesting. Speaking of foxes, Jax, did you see the fox Beyblades? The fox one was like the nine-tailed fox. The blade has like nine. The blade basically has like 9 points. It's like a fox Beyblade, bro. I can't wait for that. It's basically a Karama. It's a Karama blade. It's crazy. No difference between rabbit and bunny. Just formal and informal. I see what you're saying. That's really interesting. So I wonder who, what, like there comes down to the root of the words. So I wonder if like the root of the word for rabbit and bunny is from like, let's say one is more Germanic, the other one's more French or something like that. I just wonder if it was something like that. Some things are more like Greek. You see what I'm trying to say? Penis and Richard. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's true. Dick and Richard is a funny one, which is really strange. I always wonder why they. Yeah, I don't get it. Everybody just started going for John Hancock too. Posted a 3D model for Aero Pegasus on your channel. Baymac helped me. I remember. I think I saw that picture that you posted. He's a nice guy. Is Baymac? He's out. Is he on social media? Is that someone you know, like personally? Is that what you're saying? But yeah, we staying locked in, man. They're alive of the day. We keeping the energy going and flowing. I'm gonna do some gaming stuff later, man. I don't know. Wait, Solaren, are you going live later today? If you're going, I gotta stay up for that. Pause. But yeah, if you're going live, let me know. Because I think last time you said Monday, Tuesday, and then I don't know if it was Friday or Saturday. So maybe not today, right? Because today's Wednesday. Never mind. Monday, Tuesday, Saturday. So I had it right the first time. Yeah. Now it's crazy because like I'll tell you something, right? I'll go to these tournaments like Saturdays, or these Beyblade meets on Saturdays, and then like I'll sit there, I'll come home, and I'll like wind down trying to edit some stuff, and then I'll see like I get the Twitch notification, Solaren is live. I'm like, oh shit, let's go. And it makes sense now, like why every weekend I would see you, but then I just didn't know your weekday schedule. But now I know. That's good. That's good. Someone told me the exact same thing, but I think it was ASMR. So might have to stay tuned tonight for some ASMR shit. It helps me sleep early, man. I'm telling you that shit. Think about it. If I didn't watch the ASMR stuff, I wouldn't have slept early. I wouldn't have passed out early. Now I wouldn't have been able to do 3 lives, and I'm about to do 4. About to do 4. You skip Monday this week though. I was too tired. Yeah, don't force it, man. You'll get all the energy you need throughout the week, taking care of yourself and taking care of the necessities. You know, this is just stuff that we share with the world. It doesn't take precedence. Let me know how Bill's doing. Let me know if Bill's gonna be awake so we can get some catnip. We were trying to, submit some catnip. I'm gonna post mostly on weekends. Oh yeah, you're probably busy. Bill's been napping. Yeah, Bill has a good routine, but I think you mostly go live at night too, so she's not always around or awake. I think at least every time I've seen the lives, but yeah, she's not visiting too often during streams. Yeah, I've been noticing that. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Jax, that's your schedule? I think my main schedule has been like, for the majority of my posting has been Thursday, Fridays, but I've been like adopting Wednesday nights too. So there's actually going to be a YouTube short that drops tonight. There's a YouTube short that I scheduled that's dropping tonight at 9:30. So 9:30, look out for that. It's a YouTube short based off of my friend Neil's 25th birthday party. Caitlin, what's up? How are your shorts making out? It's interesting. There was 2 that I just I wasn't thinking too much about. I just knew they were going to drop later this week at some time, and they each got like 100 views within a day, which is pretty cool. And then some of them get all the way close to 400 to 500, which is really weird. But also, Solarian, I don't know if you noticed this. For certain games, I will screen record on my phone the actual gameplay footage, and then I will do like just the 60 seconds of me battling Baramos, 60 seconds of me battling Brock the gym leader, Missy the gym leader, just doing like little shorts of like boss battles that I had in the actual games that I had. So I'll revisit some of my old games and I'll screen record just a 60-second snippet of the boss battle, kind of splice it up, and then I'll post it as a short. But I haven't done it in a while. It's kind of taxing. I'm just trying to move forward. I'm just trying to keep moving forward right now, which is easier said than done. But yeah, Caitlin, thank you for dropping in as always. It's funny, Caitlin. You always said sorry for being late, and you might be really late today because I'm about to get off in a second, which is funny. But don't worry about it. I'm happy you're here. I'm always happy to talk to you. You might not be here in 3 days. Oh, that's right. If I'm live because I'm going to Great Wolf Lodge, I'm trying to go live every day, so you might not see me during that time period. But you should enjoy you should enjoy your time with your family. That's more important than anything. Yeah, losing my voice here. That's the most important part, Caitlin. You want to be present and enjoy the time with your family because they're taking you out, to have a good time. So you should enjoy that. My bad. Haven't seen Jeff in a while. Oh, don't speak of him, man. He's gonna show up. Now that you said his name, he's gonna show up. I gotta end it now. I haven't had any of your shorts push to me, to be honest. I'll look at some later. That's cool, yeah. It's weird because it's like I don't know which ones are being chosen to be pushed out. And a lot of it is like, see, the thing is you're also not looking at Beyblade stuff. So if you're not looking into Beyblade stuff, you're not gonna find it. You know what I mean? Like if you're not actively looking for certain things, because like some of my tags are just like they're mainly Beyblade related or they're mainly like gameplay related. So if it doesn't align with like the stuff you're actually looking for, you won't find it. That's my idea at least. But he's the typical. I've seen his face before. He's the typical white kid. You've actually seen his face, yeah. That could be why. Algorithm hasn't chosen you, yeah. It's weird though because I'm like the actual people it gets pushed to. I'm really surprised. And the other part is there was one. That's what I'm saying. It was kind of cool because there was a couple people that'll always comment on like gold version or sapphire, and they'd be like, "Thank you for these memories." And I'm like, "See, that's what I'm going for." I'm happy there's some people that are on the same time and frequency I'm on to remember this stuff. So that's we're just pushing memories here, nostalgia, and then also like our mentality now, which is really cool. Jax, you actually saw his face. You seen the man before? MM6. Oh yeah, yeah. But it was in Russian. Did you have to? So were you able to translate it? I know you can click something and translate it. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I also think like if you're a sub to one another, you might not get the shorts because I don't get like shorts for people that I'm sub to. I just have to check my actual subscriptions if that makes sense. Took it to auto detect, Google Translate. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Excuse me. And it just said nostalgia. You're gonna post after this. Keep on posting, Jax. Don't ever stop. Keep on creating. Creating is one of those things that you can do that doesn't involve like taking money or whatever from people. You're just creating. something out of nothing. You understand? You could just create. It doesn't matter if you're drawing, exercising imagination, speaking, telling a story, creating, bro. It doesn't take much effort. It doesn't take anything away from anyone. Like they don't have to buy whatever. You just create, and that goes. It's a very underrated thing. People overlook it basically. But hey, there it is. I'm at my 90-minute mark. It's about to hit 10% battery. I'm about to go inside and charge the phone. But listen, guys, love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm out. Peace.